Hi students, welcome to another video of Smartly Learn. In this video, let's see a quick tips for quadratic equations. We know that the general form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So we also know that the quadratic equation has two roots. Now let's discuss the nature of these roots. So for that, the basic formula is b squared minus 4ac. If this value is equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal. Both conditions are applicable. If it is less than 0, there are no real roots. And if it is greater than 0, then the roots are real, however, they are unequal. So these are the conditions to check what kind of roots we have for any given quadratic equation. Also, we know how to find the zeros of the quadratic equation, normally using splitting the middle term. In case you are not able to split the middle term, or you have some irrational coefficients where you find splitting uncomfortable, we have an alternate formula to find the roots. So this is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, the whole thing divided by 2a. So when I do minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, you get to have one root. When we do minus b minus root of square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, you get the second root. So thereby, from this particular expression, we are deriving two roots from the quadratic equation. Now, depending upon cases of solving for quadratic equation, there may be some special kinds of sums. So let's look through those sums as to how to approach to solve them. So let's start with the first one. It will be given as y is equal to root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus, and it all goes inside the root like this. So they'll ask us how to solve it. So now if you look at it, you will see that y can be rewritten as root of 6 plus. Remember, this goes for the infinite side. This root of 6 plus inside again is going on again and again. It looks exactly the similar as y. So you can replace this particular expression as y is equal to root of 6 plus y. Now you can square on both sides. You will end up getting y square is equal to 6 plus y, which means y square minus y minus 6 is equal to 0. Now that you have a quadratic equation, either you can do a split the middle term, or you can use this formula to find the zeros. So only this modification is a special step, but once after you do that, it is a normal quadratic equation and you can solve for it. So in this case, let's see, y's value will be y minus 3. When I do split the middle term, it is y minus 3 into y plus 2 is equal to 0, which means y is equal to 3 or minus 2. So for the case of minus 2, y cannot be minus 2. Why? Because it's actually sitting also inside the root. You don't have a negative number that can come inside a square root. So we will discard the value of minus 2 and say y is equal to 3. So this is a special case of sum was to solve quadratic equation. Now let's take up another case of problem. So here they will say find the roots of the equation 2 power 2x minus 3 into 2 power x plus 2 plus 32 is equal to 0. Now let's just try to rewrite this question slightly. So 2 power 2x can be written as 2 power x the whole squared, because a power m the whole power n is a power m into n. Now this side minus 3 into, the power can also be broken down as 2 power x into 2 power 2, because a power m into a power n is a power m plus n. So the power I have broken as two parts, plus 32 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to retain this expression as such. So 2 power x is as such there, minus 2 square is 4, 4 into 3 is 12. So this is 12 2 power x plus 32 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to put let 2 power x is equal to some variable, let's say y. So this will become y square minus 12y plus 32 is equal to 0. Now we can use the split the middle term or the quadratic formula, whichever you're comfortable with. I would recommend you use split the middle term if the coefficients are very less. So now 32 can be broken as 8 and 4. So y minus 8 into y minus 4 is equal to 0. So y can take the possible values of 8 and 4. Now the work is not yet done. We need to find out what is the value for x actually in the given expression. So what have we placed? 2 power x is equal to 8 because that's how we defined y. So 2 power x is equal to 8, which means 2 power x is equal to 2 power 3. So x is equal to 3. Now we will do the same part for another condition. 2 power x is equal to 4. So 2 power x is equal to 2 power 2, which means x is equal to 2. So we have two possibilities for x is equal to 3 or x is equal to 2. So this is another form of twisting quadratic equations for us for reference. Now let's take up another sum wherein the solution is going to be a special case of solution. So let's see the expression first. Here x is given to be 1 divided by 2 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1 divided by 2 minus x, where x is not equal to 2. So here also it is going to be a quadratic equation, but before we do that we will have some work. So let's see what to do. So x is equal to 1 divided by 2 minus, here alone I'm going to take LCM, so it is 1 divided by 2 minus, and this part is what I'm taking the LCM. So 2 into 2 minus x minus 1 divided by 2 minus x. So x going to be written as 1 divided by 2 minus 1. I'm going to flip the denominator as numerator. So it is 2 minus x divided by 4 minus 2x minus 1. So now I can simplify this x again. So x is equal to 1 divided by 2 minus 2 minus x divided by 3 minus 2x. Now for this part, again I'm going to take LCM. So x is equal to 1 divided by 2 into 3 minus 2x minus of 2 minus x, the whole thing divided by 3 minus 2x. Now let's rewrite the x again in a simpler manner. Here also I'm going to take the denominator as denominator to numerator. So x will become 3 minus 2x, the whole thing divided by 6 minus 4x minus 2 plus x. So this will get simplified as 3 minus 2x divided by 4 minus 3x, and in this case there is a x. Now we can do simple cross multiplication so that we will get a quadratic equation. So let's see how that gets done. So here I'm going to do the cross multiplication. So 4x minus 3x squared is equal to 3 minus 2x. Now reorganize all that expression in one side. So 3x squared plus 3 minus 2x minus 4x is equal to 0. So 3x squared minus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we've got the quadratic equation. You can simply solve it. Here I'm going to divide everything by 3. So it is x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. This means it is x minus 1, the whole square is 0. So x is equal to 1 comma 1. So till we made it into a quadratic equation, the sum looked different, but after that the approach is the same. Now, other than these kind of specific or special cases of sums, we will have word problems like in the linear equation lessons. So please again look out for fraction-based sums, number-based sums, age-based problems, also specific cases of speed. In these cases, please be clear about your definition of the variables that you're going to use. Say, for example, you're going to use an upstream or downstream problem. You will have to define let x be the speed of the stream or the boat, whatever the case may be, in kilometers per hour. Please write out the first two or one line depending upon the variable of your choice. Clearly define what variable, what unit is it that going to perform before you start to apply the numericals. All your steps will carry marks, so it is very essential you declare it appropriately, because based on your definitions or interpretations, intermediary results may vary. Only the final results will match depending upon how you declare the variable. So please give due importance to that particular process. In the next video, we will have a quick tip lesson for arithmetic progression. See you in the next video. Bye.